Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
Hashtag no music, no intro. We are back. The Saints Block Party podcast coming at you, brought to you by Precious Works LLC. For any of your business website needs, reach out to our guy, Bajan. He will hook you up. And we are back, and it is just a shout out, much love to those who are in the armed services. It's Memorial Day. We're recording this on Memorial Day. And our thoughts and prayers goes out to any service members who have dedicated their lives to this country. And that's a whole nother topic for no other debate. But I hope everyone's enjoying their Memorial Day. And on top of that, we are coming back. This episode is going to talk about what if everything goes right for the Saints this upcoming season. What if everything's go right? Like what does that look like?
For the Saints?
What is the cap of that if everything were to go right? But before we get into that, appreciate y'all who are watching us live on YouTube right now. If you're watching, if you're not a subscriber, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're listening to this on any other audio medium, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Hit that 5 stars, hit that follow, like, whatever it is, hit that as well. And then just another announcement in case you have missed it, for all the Patreons, that's patreon.com/SaintsBlockParty, and YouTube members, starting at $4.99 a month. The game that won, it became official as of Friday in terms of our meetup game, is the Minnesota Vikings Saints game taking place in New Orleans, week 5, October 11th. Make sure if you're planning to attend, I'm going to do the RSVP thing soon. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it soon. Make sure you're a Patreon. Make sure you're a YouTube member and join us for our meetup October 11th. And then the meetup party is going to be on the 10th of October. We already have people who have bought their flights. I bought my flight this past weekend. I got to get my room. Got people got in the room. It's already started. So if you want to join and be a part of that, make sure you jump on that. Shout out to @JB5.7 Hemi. I'm guessing you have a Hemi in your vehicle. What up, y'all? 2 of the best in the business. Appreciate you, JB5.
Much love, brother.
Before we talk about football, we could. I want to say we're gonna keep it like a lighter episode, but this topic isn't that light. I would feel like if we didn't talk about what is one of the most, which is weird because it's a pop culture thing now. Number one thing on Netflix. Let's just briefly just hit on the Crash just a little bit. Wolf. If you've been living under a rock and you don't know what the Crash is, it's the documentary on Netflix in regards to essentially Mackenzie Scarilla, 17-year-old girl, murders her boyfriend and friend of boyfriend in a car. The documentary wasn't new to me because I had heard of the case last year on YouTube on a true crime YouTube thing I came across. So I watched it late last year. So the documentary wasn't new to me.
Same dude.
I just want to speak to like the part that just had me so incensed, Ryan. And I didn't even do introductions, but I'm not going to do it. The part that just had me so incensed was listening to like Mackenzie's parents, bro. As someone who is 1, a parent, and 2, a social worker, bruh, I almost wanted to turn my TV down, Ryan. I just wanted to tear it down, bruh.
It's unbelievable. I told Bree while watching it, I was like, these are the parents every teenager wants. Like, these are the parents that just no structure, no
Mm-mm.
like just like what? No discipline. Just it was dad sitting there with a boom shirt on. Boom. You talking about a
Did you,
crash?
bruh? Just idiot. Did you? Okay, so with that analogy, did you ever see Mean Girls at least once? Did you ever see Mean Girls at least once?
It probably was on. Like I'm sure Bree played it a couple times.
Their parents reminded me of Amy Poehler's character. She's the mom of Rachel Adams and Mean Girls, where she just wants to be like the cool mom, so she lets her daughter get away literally with everything.
Yeah,
That's what they like reminded
that's
me
them.
of.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and I was just like, I was like, okay, so you letting your daughter who's 17 go move in with a 20-year-old, like first and foremost.
I was like, what?
And
First when I was there, I was like, what?
And you knew that she smoked marijuana and you didn't reprimand. And this is not I'm not trying to have a discussion on marijuana, but you're letting your underage daughter just smoke marijuana without repercussions.
Drive and all that.
Knowing that she's smoking it in the car, driving, and mushrooms, bro.
And shrooms. And look, come on. I mean, teenagers gonna do what they do.
For sure.
But it's like, but you gotta have like that structure, that boundary, that like, okay, like, there's a line, you know what I'm saying? There's a line you could cross with me, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have no line, bro.
And I'm not,
no
I don't want to morning quarterback it and say, well, if they would have had structure, maybe Mackenzie would have turned out differently. But I know one thing is that they didn't help. Like all the shit that she was getting away with and the way she treated people and the lack of accountability came straight from them. Came straight from their lack of parent.
The dad of Devion, he ran it down perfectly. Like she needs to feel the discipline of it, the consequences. Like she has gotten away, like never had suffered of any consequences whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Even through this tragedy. Well, now she is because she's in prison. But even through now, she's got the, free Mackenzie thing going on. They got the appeal going on, and her mother is just out there clueless. Like she is just the most innocent thing. Like, two people dead. Like, what are you talking about?
What are you doing? And then Mackenzie, someone who that ball said, what are we talking about? We're talking about the show Crash on Netflix just because we're
sorry,
just
y'all. Ain't nothing going on. Y'all know that.
Ain't no going on in the NFL. Ain't shit going on in the NFL. Like we gonna let that shit fly. And the part like this is like her first time speaking after her conviction, and she gets like on TV in prison, glammed up, had like the black hairdo. Like I was like,
the butt at the top is glowing, boy. Makeup done, nails done.
Is this bitch serious right now, bro? She's serious right now, bro. Right now? Like, you done killed two people and you just gonna get on Netflix like that? Like, just no contrition. Like, bro, it is. Oh, it was a matinee thing. Wait, was this a real? Yeah, it's a real event. It's a documentary. Yeah, it's a documentary. Anyway, I just want to just briefly talk about it because it's such a thing on everyone's like.
And you got to talk about her mom. Her mom in court.
Oh boy!
At the sentencing hearing.
Don't get me started, Wolf.
And she, what was the term she says?
He's a new friend.
And she's like, Dom, we all love Dom. And Devion, he was a new friend. Like, people die all the time. Like, friends die all the time, man. I'm like, what is the big deal?
Wolf, I was so pissed, bruh.
And like his story was so tragic, bro, because this is a kid that was, him and his sister, foster children, got adopted eventually, brought up through a nice family. He played football, was a good football player, wound up blowing his knee out, missing out on the whole college thing, and just decided to get in the wrong car that night. You know what I'm saying? Just get in the wrong car,
bro.
With something that he had no idea what was going on.
If only he would have went with the other friend.
Yeah, he was supposed to sleep over there.
Can we also talk about like Mackenzie's friends that still think she don't like
that? But ain't nothing you can do about that, bro. Like a girlfriend, like a girl's just like Stop it. Like, come on.
I couldn't stand her, bro. I was getting heated at her
It's just
too.
straight Mean Girls, bro. Like you say, it's just straight up Mean Girl. They just look exactly like the trope of like the Mean Girls in like the little school in a small town.
Mm-hmm.
Just, they just look exactly like that. You know what I'm saying?
They did. I mean, we could have a whole true crime podcast just reacting to.
I go all day on true crime for a little shit. Real.
Anyway, let's talk about something less depressing. Hopefully, is the 2026 Saints. So OTAs start. They start tomorrow. Or they start Wednesday.
27, 28.
Yeah, so Wednesday will be the start of OTAs. So we'll get our first, interactions with the rookies and the vets and all that, and it's going to start wrapping up. But should we talk about let's bring it back a little bit before we go into the second. So we got to talk about this Jackson Dart thing that happened. Like so much. Can we talk about the Jackson Dart thing? I wanted to talk about it because I think it is a fascinating case study of. I sent a tweet out that people like completely didn't understand like at all or just whatever. But it's a fascinating thing to me in the sense of, so in case you don't know, Jackson Dart on he introduced Donald Trump at one of his things. I don't even fucking know what it was for. Thank you. Yes, very, very well said. And teammate Abdul Carter goes on Twitter and said like he thought it was AI, like he thought it was AI, like he couldn't believe what he was seeing. And then you have this firestorm of like that tweet that Abdul Carter put out. Like the last time I looked at it, had like 32 million views for a tweet. And I had tweeted out, being that, we're Saints fans and we know how people in Louisiana are, just the Deep South in general. I said there are people right now who are Saints fans probably wish that they had Jackson Dart as quarterback.
Hell yeah.
And that got Jay and I started talking about how fandom is so fascinating from a psychological standpoint.
So fascinating.
Where two things can happen. Where if you have someone who may be like conservative, a Trumper, and Tyler Shough is very staunchly a Democrat, you might kind of like cover your eyes a little bit and be like, well, he out there he kind of balling a little bit, like he's kind of balling. I can root for him on Sundays, but then you also you have the inverse, right? Where maybe you're a more of a liberal thinker or what have you in terms of how you align politically, and then there may be someone on your team. Perfect example is the 49ers. Or, we were talking about her team like the Niners, where Brock Purdy is Republican, George Kittle, Republican, Nick Bosa,
whole damn lineup.
So, and then the question is, as a fan, where do you stand in terms of rooting? Like, it was a whole deep thing. But the eventual thing that happened is I'm pretty sure John Harbaugh made a call and said, hey,
I'm saying, look, man, he tried to do that little cool talk. Look, man, everybody has their own political thoughts and opinions. We're going to sit down and have a conversation, next week, meet Dart. We're going to talk about it. Because I'm sure we all agree on a lot of things. It's just little things we disagree with,
The little things, Wolf. The little things. The little things, Wolf, that we disagree on. The crazy part of the whole thing is that the blowback for Abdul Carter's tweet felt like it was more than what Jackson Dart was actually doing.
They were calling that boy porch monkeys and all kind of stuff in the comments. Boy, he was
hey buddy, how dare you go online and talk about and disrespect your quarterback online? But like,
I mean, you had those Trump accounts. Y'all know what accounts I'm talking about.
Looks very similar to the Derek Carr accounts that used to be in. Okay, let me stop.
Pulling up videos of him at getting drafted, and his mom, had the Muslim garb on and stuff like that. Talking about Muslim, you're not even American, all type of stuff. Like that's Trump's people. Like that's the type of reactions you get from their side. So I don't want to hear it.
don't want to hear it. Our dude Chris said white 49ers players group chat was on fire when Dart
Boy, I know that. I know that group chat was high. You know the little crew that went to the what was that, a wedding or something like that? Or
on receiver that Debo didn't get invited to, nigga. It was George Kittle. No, it was George Kittle's surprise party that his wife set up.
It was Kittle, Christian McCaffrey,
Kyle
Juszczyk, of course, Nick Bosa, of course. Just the whole crew, bro.
But they was jealous. But I wanted to just get your thoughts on that juxtaposition of how fandom really does, like how much of it could be such a disease that come Sunday, you don't even have.
You're talking about two diseases competing, because you got the fandom disease, and you got the political tribalism disease.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those are two different, like, two animals that kind of occupy the same space. You know what I'm saying? People die over politics. People kill. You know what I'm saying? Like, people commit terrorist acts around politics and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And fandom's very close to that. Like, maybe they don't go to that point of killing people, but like they will. It'll get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you'd have been at some Saints games up at that terrorist level, you can see some stuff go down. You know, especially during the Falcons game. But so it's just interesting how they kind of probably occupy like a similar part of the brain. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But like, as a fan, like I used to be like, man, I don't care what player politics is, man. Just play ball. I don't give a shit. But it was like politics didn't seem like a existential threat at the time, and maybe that was just ignorance on my part.
Right.
And I wasn't ignorant on politics. I very well understood it, but I never felt the existential threat like I do now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like okay, this is like really, 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 really affecting my life, you know, and the people I love and friends and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? People I care about, my people, you know. So it just hit different. So I look at you very differently versus, 2008, you voted for John McCain. And I was like, I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a shit? That's on you. But, now it's just like, I'm looking at you very much sideways. Very much sideways. Especially now. Because now it's even worse than like 2016. Because now you have like years of evidence to see.
Yes.
Like, what more do you need to see? That's what killed me about Dart. Like, bro, you gonna do this now? Like, well, he's not even popular amongst his own people.
And still
only ones left. Only ones left is the cultish members, like the cult, like the people that are just gone, like nothing you can do for them. They just gone. And you gonna get up there and stuff for that nigga? Please, not my quarterback.
Not ours. Even though the Saints tried to trade up for him. Anyway, not ours.
Lord.
Not ours.
That has been gross, bro.
I just know that Saints Giants game just took a little more different meaning this season. A little more different meaning this season.
Shit, boy, Jawan Johnson gonna be up there. What's up, dog? Big dog.
That's my guy.
That's my guy right there.
Anyway, shout out to Justin Castro, the $2 super chat. I'm not going to read it, but he says that he hopes something happens to Jackson Dart. Sherm says, I guarantee Pete Warner's a Trumper. Absolutely.
With dog Peter Long.
he just had a child.
Nothing, bro.
Literally nothing.
Nothing. Be there, a child, like, he got a little wag and everything. I didn't even know. Like, gotta get on it, Chris.
Anyway, now we're diving into the conversation. Now we get into the Saints and what would it look like if everything went right for them in 2026? This is also like, I want to preface this by saying, like, this should be like a no-brainer what I'm going to say, but overall health of the team is key. If you look back, even just last year, to the Patriots for the most part, to the Seahawks for the most part, I know Christian Gonzalez missed some time early in the season. Fucking Devin Witherspoon was missed like the first, 4 or 5 games for the Seahawks. But it's not just about the health; it's when the team is healthy is a
Yes.
crucial,
Crucial,
important
bro.
factor for a team that's going to want to make a run. And especially for the Saints, there are like health questions, particularly like with the receiver that they drafted in Jordan Tyson. His health is key. How does Talisi Fuaga's health go this season? And kind of a linchpin of the entire offensive line is Eric McCoy. Like we're going into the season thinking that the most Eric McCoy is going to give us maybe 6 games, maybe 7, right? If they going to go on a run and if things go right for them, like Eric McCoy needs to play majority of the season, if not the entire season, because that completely changes the whole demeanor of the offensive line. And along with that is that just speaking about health in general, is that as good as this team has done this offseason and added pieces and gotten better, the depth on the team is still super slight. Like it's still slight. So this team can't afford to lose some of their bigger players health wise if they want to really make a push and things go well in 2026.
Hell yeah, man. Like the whole receiver room is like a health risk. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Tyson, of course, much talked about. Obviously Olave with, his concussion issues back in the day. You got, Valet, who has these little chronic little thumb problems, knee problems, and shoulder problems.
Forgot
and
all
just
about
the way,
Valet, bro.
And just the way he plays, you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
plays this very physical style of football. So he's just gonna get banged up. So it's just a lot. It's a lot of, it's just a lot of hope that we have to depend on. But we are hoping, like that's what this podcast is about. Like, what if everything's going right? So what if Valet, Olave, Tyson just stay healthy? Just stay healthy, bro. Like, maybe miss a game here or there, but overall just healthy for all the season. Then you talk about the offensive line. What if you get a full season out of Eric McCoy? Fuaga back. You know what I'm saying? He back healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, now it's scary because like last year, like really the defense was really healthy last year. Like they had a couple of nicks overall, but it was like mostly it was the same defense from the start of the season to the end of the season, for the most part. Offensively, it was a mess. Like I think we had like the second most offensive line combinations in the league or something like that. Maybe that was the year before. I don't know. But I know the combinations was a lot. You know what I'm saying? We had William Sherman out there playing offensive line. William Sherman, bro. Like,
bruh.
Like he was the backup to a Sim Richards, and he was the backup.
It was a mess.
Penny got traded. Then we had Reduns in there. We had Simpkins play a game or two. Luckily, Banks was like a He-Man. He played
killer health, bro. Except for the last game where he got dinged up.
Like the last half of the last season. I was like that was something I was really banking on. With no pun intended, that he just played because he would have finished like the season with like most snaps by a rookie. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he was on a
wow.
He played over 1,000 snaps or something like that. It was crazy. So I was rooting for that. But, he did show that he could like maintain his stamina and health. But yeah, man, this that health portion of it, bro. Like the healthy teams are the ones you usually see at the end of the season. And it's not just about being healthy all season. Like you said, it's when you're healthy. The type of injuries you get. You don't want to get those kind of lingering injuries where they just kind of playing through it and stuff like that. Obviously, you don't want to be knocked out for the season. But you want guys, especially come, November, December, to kind of be in their best shaped role,
You do. And like the health and injury thing is like that's a variable that like no one can control, right?
Nope.
We're talking about going into OTAs, talking about going into training camp. Like that's the big thing that I want to see the most is just come out healthy out of OTAs, come out healthy out of training camp.
And I think that was what Kellen's approach was last year, where he wanted guys just to be able to get the work in. So maybe they didn't go as hard in certain areas, but they did do like a lot of reps last year. So he wanted guys to get the work in. So I think, going into the season, they were fairly healthy going into the season. But then as the season went along, attrition took on. And there's just nothing you could do. Like you can't do nothing about it. Like it's football. It's a physical sport.
You can't. The next topic I want to get to, and we were talking about this a little bit in the Discord today, is what if Tyler Shough takes that Drake May year 2 leap. Now, Adam, what do you mean by Drake? Now, if like the real sicko football ball knowers watched Drake May's season as a rookie and saw what he did in the second half of the season and how he played, even though the Patriots didn't win a lot of games, they just went by how like what they saw in terms of the talent and what he was able to show, even though that may have not led to wins. With Shough, the difference is you saw some of that same similar, like that promise, the stuff that you can't teach. You saw that in the second half of the season when he started, we started playing after he got, the Rams game and the Falcons game out of his way. He really kind of took a trajectory. But with Tyler Shough, largely because of the defense, but with Tyler Shough, you also got the wins too. Like he won games. They went on a run. So what if in year 2 for Tyler Shough, he takes that Drake May step where I'm not going to say to the level of because Drake May finished second in MVP vote. I'm not going to say to that level, but what if he firmly submits himself as at the end of year 2, you're saying that Tyler Shough is a top 10 quarterback. Also kind of similar in a degree that, and I'm not comparing them as prospect, but you saw what Caleb Williams from his rookie season to his second season. Now, Caleb Williams, you could argue, isn't the most like efficient quarterback. Like he definitely strikes me as someone who is kind of like a 3-point shooter where he's more streaky, but once he gets going, it's like, and he's a closer. Like he closes games in ways we have not seen in a
and I think
long time.
The way the season ended stamped him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like him down the stretch was like, because when he played the Saints, like he didn't play great against the Saints.
He did not play well at all that game. Like the defense played really well against him.
Yeah. But like, the way he finished the season out in the playoffs and the end of the season, okay. Like we see it. Like we see it now. We see it.
I'm not gonna say it to that degree, but what did Tyler Shough show?
I think that's the hope, bro. Like that's the hope is like you finish this season thinking like he's our guy. Like it's not no more of these little qualifiers, like, maybe if blah. But you want to be able to finish the season like that's QB1. Like that's our QB1. We ain't looking at the draft. We ain't worried about none of that. We gonna continue building around this. We're gonna get our defense in place. We're gonna, bring in this coach or something to help in this area, whatever. Like we are doing whatever to get this team to the Super Bowl. Cause that's what you want, bro. Cause like offensively last year, bro, it just wasn't good, bro. Like I was looking at some stats earlier today. Saints were 26th in the league in scoring drives. So that's field goal or touchdown. 26, bro. And it didn't matter. Shough or Rattler. Like Rattler had 30 scoring drive. Guess how many Shough had? 30. Like it's just the same. Like it's the offense was just ass. It was an ass offense. Like nothing you can do about it.
And I don't want to excuse either of them, but I wonder how much it would have gone up if the team got rid of Blake Grupe sooner than waiting.
That probably was like 10 extra scores that we missed out because of Grupe and, terrible special teams and stuff like that. But I mean, just offensively, like every statistic you look at, which is why, like, I know like people get mad at like the national media for not being like up on Shough and stuff like that. Like a lot of the smart ones are, but like just your general like national NFL media, they're like, Shough, you know what I'm saying? Because they're not watching Saints, bro. Like they are not watching Saints versus Titans. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not watching that
Which
game.
was a great game. Great game to watch.
You know what I'm saying? But they are not watching that shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not cracking the tape open and none of that stuff. They're gonna look at the stats, and the stats weren't great. Like all the QB metrics, even the EPA and stuff, it was not great. Like he had some good stats. There's third down stuff. I was doing this stat like money down efficiency or whatever. So like third and fourth down, non-garbage time. So when the game matters, he was like, I want to say 14th in the league just on those throws and EPA efficiency. You know what I'm saying? Like those is like just, you really got to drill down and look at stats.
Yeah.
Like, those are some real promising stats you could look at and build upon. So I'm just happy that the Saints took the approach of we're going to build around that position this offseason because they've taken away the excuse
Yes.
of failure. You know what I'm saying? Now we just talked about injuries and all that stuff that also has to go into play. But we had this dude throwing the Riley Bell and Dante Pettis and Evan Hall in the back rail, Kevin Austin Jr. And no disrespect to Kevin Austin Jr., bro, but like,
Good.
nice
little like wide receiver 5, bro. But he was like wide receiver 2 in like the last couple of weeks of the season.
like that, like he was replacing Chris Olave in the final week. Like, come on, man.
Kept wearing that goddamn them slants, bro. That slants against that Falcons game, bro, over and over again, bro. Anyway, this is the positive podcast. I'm sorry. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Justin Cash said, my bold prediction: Tyler Shough, 33 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
Ooh. I think that would have led the league last year? I think Matthew Stafford had. How many did Matthew Stafford had? I think he had like 38.
Did he?
I had to look that up.
Hold on. I'm looking it up right now. 46. He had close to 50.
Oh, yeah. He had a ton of touchdowns. But I think second or third would have been like in the 30s or something like that. It was not a prolific season, bro, like as far as like passing.
Drake May threw 31.
So he was second.
I would guess he was second. Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, 33 touchdowns, bro, in this league today, boy.
Okay, this is why we need a producer. So Matthew Stafford threw 46. Jared Goff threw 34. Oh, this is not okay. Sorry, it's going by yards. Jared Goff was second with 34. Drake May was third with 31, and then Dak fourth with 30. Like those are.
So 33 would have been third in the league.
Yeah,
and Drew, like we from the days, Drew Brees. That was a down year for Drew Brees. Like 33,
light work.
That was a light work year. So man, if Shough could do that in this, which I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, bro. But man, like I want to see, how many he had last year? 12, 10, something like that.
Well, throwing alone, he had 10.
Yeah, 10. But total, I want to say 12 or 13.
That sounds about right. Yeah, because he had the 2 runs. He's 3. I think he had 3 rushing touchdowns. So I think he had total 13.
So you can say on pace for like 24. So like 33 with improved, with like an improved offensive line, improved pass game, improved tight ends, improved running game. Like 33 is not out of the realm of possibilities. I'll go like a little conservative and maybe say like 28. You know what I'm saying? Like 28 touchdowns. But maybe his 30 plus, like total touchdowns, like running and passing. Maybe his 30 plus, bro.
Yeah, that I could see. Man, that'd be a crazy seat. Like that would be like if he got 33. It's either one or two things are happening. Either they are like really like he's like command the offense. He looks like that dude, and this could still happen. But it also could look like the defense ain't keeping up their end of the bargain, and he got to go out there and throw 33.
Throw that thing.
Divine Eternity 7286 said, I wasn't that impressed with Caleb Williams or the Bears run last season, but that is the idea of a jump. I don't know what else Caleb Williams needs to show. Like,
look, man, like that Ben Johnson offense was tough, bro. And I think I like how Ben Johnson kind of grinded him down to build him like back up. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And I like the way he did the whole thing, and I think he just showed out as a better quarterback down the stretch. Still things you want to fix, like he's still jumps out of the pocket too quick and stuff like that. But like the good stuff, he reminded me of Aaron Rodgers, bro. Like early Aaron Rodgers when he came first broke out without the 3 years of sitting behind Brett Favre.
Right.
You know?
Next thing, and then we're gonna take a break and then come back. What if all the, I want to say second year players that they drafted last year take a leap? So I'm talking Jonas Sanker. I'm talking Quincy Riley. What if Danny Stutzman just comes in the training camp and just snatches the starting linebacker job away from Pete Warner just because he's just so good you can't keep him off the field? That would be such a crucial part for this team to take this next step. Because out of those 3 players I named, and it kind of goes in the bigger picture of the second-year players, those are 3 defensive players that I named. What if also, this is kind of 2-in-1, this Brandon Staley defense that we're expecting to take like a step back and they have a down season, what if it gets better than it was last year because of that second year growth in those three players?
Man.
I know I'm asking for a lot, Wolf. I know I'm asking for a lot.
That's asking a lot, but I don't think it's crazy at all, bro. Because like the more I watch the Staley defense on all 22, the more confused I came away.
I'm about to say this nigga didn't know what the fuck he was watching, bro. You got to have Cody. You got to have Cody on FaceTime. Like, hey,
bro, I got to get Cody's number, bro. Like, what is going on? Like, how are they doing this? How? It was just hard to figure out like how they were able to be just so efficient down the stretch. But he did such a good job of just adapting to offense. Like if y'all remember, almost every week early in games, team would go out down and score. Like just go down to the defensive score. It's like, oh Lord, here we go. But then like as the game went along, it's just like a vice grip, man. It just tightened up and tightened up. So he did such a good job of just adjusting schematically with the players that he had. Chase Young was a terror on the edge. And just in the secondary, I still don't know how he do it, bro. He just did some funky coverage stuff that kept like teams confused. So maybe he could do it again, bro. Like you said, like what if Quincy Riley takes a step forward? You know what I'm saying? What if Sanker takes a step forward? You know what I'm saying? Where they're playing better than they were last year, which they should. Like Riley, you could tell with him, he played well, but he was a rookie corner. So there were times he's playing his own, don't know what he's looking at. You know what I'm saying? Against the offense, he's picking the wrong guy. The guy goes flying right past him, which is like rookie mistakes. So what if second year Riley is looking at that and he's ready for it? You know what I'm saying? Like he's not making those mistakes this time. I don't know, bro. Still, it might be up out of here, shit.
Bruh, I think the perfect example of what you gave was that damn Bills game. Week 4, I want to say. I forgot what week it was. It was early in the season. And the Bills they score early, but what they did defensively from like second quarter to like early fourth quarter, bruh, for a bit, Wolf, I was like, these niggas going to the Bills? Is this?
Pick the Bills?
Like you had Jonas Sanker make that incredible interception in that game. So that's like the perfect example if I'm thinking of games that, you know, that like really emphasizes, encapsulates what Brandon Staley does is that Bills game, because they came out that game, they scored an early touchdown, and then they had Josh Allen, like he was flummoxed, bro. Like he was missing throws, he was forcing throws. I was like, what is happening? And that was without Chase Young, if I remember correctly, because he wasn't healthy at that game.
He wasn't healthy yet, yeah. Was not healthy yet, bro. So like the whole prediction of the defense taking a step back, like I understand it, and they very much well could. But like don't sleep on like a second year Staley, like having his guys like tuned up and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? On a complex defense that they understand now and ready to go and work, like they might actually go in there and lock things up, bro.
I'm going to give you an example. There it is. What Brandon Staley did last season reminded me of what Chris Shough did with the Rams last season, but with a much less talented defense.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because like there are games we saw a lot of Rams games last season because of just who they were, top of the league, whatever. But there are games that you would watch Rams defensively, and that defensive line was not getting home. Jared Verse wasn't getting home. Kobe
secondary was all over the place.
Yeah. But there are also games you'd watch where everything would be so in sync, and it worked perfectly. Brandon Staley, who, you know, no surprise, was a former Rams defensive coordinator on their run to the Super Bowl. He did, to me, I'm not trying to compare their concepts like defensive scheme. I'm just talking about in terms of how they won. He did things defensively on the side of the ball that felt very similar to Chris Shough, but with just much lesser talent, just across the board.
Yeah, man, I agree, bro. That's a good one. I think just the way Staley approaches the game, I think he approaches it very much from like a probability standpoint. Like what are offenses most likely to do on 3rd and 9? Or what do they do here? What do they do there? You know, from different formations, what to expect there. I think he's just really good at sussing that out during the game, being really smart, sussing that out, and then adjusting as he goes along.
Let me hit on this point to kind of piggyback off what you're saying. We're going to take our break and we're going to come back. Second Tampa Bay game. They played Tampa in Tampa. Yes, it was in Tampa. And in the first game against Tampa, they had gotten a goal line stance against the Tampa Bay Bucks at the 1. They didn't let them score. Tampa Bay tried to run it 4 times and got shut down 4 times. This was the first game against Tampa Bay at home. So fast forward to the second Bucks game. He had the D prepped perfectly because, kind of speaking to the whole thing about probability, is like, hey, we tried to get a first. We tried to score a touchdown going up the middle, got shut down. So if we get in a similar situation offensively as the Bucks, we're going to go outside on 4th down because they're going to think we're going to go inside because we went inside 4 times. He had the D prepped perfectly, knowing that they were going to go outside to try to convert on 4th down. They went outside, and it gets shut down. And I just remember that play so well because the defense is going off the screen. They all amped, and Brandon Staley just gives a wink, bro. I was like, oh,
yeah, I remember that.
Be Staley. That's the thing about probability, where kind of just echoing what you said, is that he guessed right that this team was so, we shut them down so well going up the middle on a short yardage situation that the next time we play them, they're not going to try to go up the middle. They're going to try to go outside to get it. He guessed right, got shut down. I know going into last season, we had our concerns about Brandon Staley and whatever, and it's still a long way to go. But what he did last season showed a lot. And if he can build upon that this year, he can build on it. You cooking with something right there. You cooking with something right there. Let's take our first break. We're going to come back and then continue to talk about what if things go right for the Saints in the 2026 season. What would that look like? Right after this break, we'll be back right after this.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did she have to fight a dragon?
Nope. She bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
Yo, what up, Wolf? What are you looking at?
Man, I'm checking out this website. This site is cheeks, bro.
In the 21st century? How do you have a crappy website? Couldn't be me.
They need to hit up our guy Bijan with Precious Works. Precious Works offers to not only build you a website that's tailored to you and your customers' needs, but also to continue to manage and maintain it so you can focus on your business. Don't have much time? Precious Works is just what you need. No out-of-the-box stuff like Squarespace or Wix. Precious Works will create a site for you. You won't have to worry about plug-in updates, security, or things like that because Precious Works will maintain all of that and be available to you 24/7. Bijan set up Saints Block Party Podcast website for us a few years ago and hit it out the park. He also keeps it up to date and helps us anytime we want to add something new like a form or the prospect matching tool that we did for the NFL draft. It's like having your own personal developer just a text or a call away. Precious Works has worked with everyone from small businesses to large firms, so no job is too big or too small. If you're in the need of a website or you currently have one, but you want to upgrade it, give Bijan a holler at Precious Works. You can get with him at Bijan at Precious Works, BIJON at precious.works, or go to precious.works for his website. Make sure to tell him Saints Block Party sent you.
All right, Whoop, I done gave us two things, multiple things. Hit me with some stuff that would things go right in 2026 for the Saints of what it would be.
What if Kellen Moore, his offensive vision comes to form? What does Kellen Moore really want to do? Kellen Moore wants to be multiple. He wants to be able to attack teams at whatever their weaknesses is. He wants to be able to play fast. He wants to be able to attack downfield, short, intermediate, and he wants to be able to run the rock and run the shit out of teams. What if it comes to fruition? What if Travis Achan is just hitting his stride in his career, just at that point where he's, 1,400-yard running back, 12, 13, 1,400-yard running back, catching the ball and running the ball. Offensive line, you had David Edwards. They really be able to run that rock, up the middle, on the side, on the left side. What if the 3 tight end thing works, with the upgrades of, Oscar Delp, Noah Fant, using them in the pass game and in the run game, 12 personnel, 13 personnel, attacking teams. What if this Kellen Moore vision of an offense really starts to cook? Because something what we used to ask last year around this time, even during the season, what is a Kellen Moore offense? Because he's always okay, he's had different quarterbacks like Dak, Justin Herbert, what's the quarterback in the Philly name? Jalen Hurts. Just completely different quarterbacks. And he's been able to mold his offenses around him, adjust to what the tools he had. But this is his show now. This is his show. Brought in his guys. These are players he drafted, got the quarterback he drafted. You know what I'm saying? This is his show, and he's building it from the ground up. And Tyler Shough already talked about it. Him and Kellen just been talking about it all season, all the tweaks and things they want to do. Tyler Shough made a good point talking about man, this is Kellen Moore's first time being able to actually build on last year, because he's always been moving to different spots and stuff like that. I mean, outside of Dallas, but even in Dallas, he was such a young coach. It was kind of like a him and McCarthy kind of thing. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So this is really him really be able to build his vision. What if that vision is fire? What if that vision is a top 10, top 5 offense that's lighting up the league? Top 5. Top 5. Hey, bro, that's how we used to eat, bro.
Bro, it feels so far away, bro.
Remember that stat I mentioned earlier about the most scoring drives or whatever? I'll tease it. From 2006 to 2020, so the entire Breeze Peyton tenure, the Saints were second overall in the NFL in scoring drive. Second, bro. That's how good we was eating. That's why people need to understand. That's why we was just the Derek Carr and the Pete Carmichael era and all that. We just wasn't having it, bro, because we have been eating good, boy.
Bro, you can't have a 10 in your life and then downgrade, Will. You can't eat at Ruth's Chris and get used to Ruth's Chris or eat at steakhouse and then go to TGI Fridays. That's no offense to TGI Fridays.
No offense.
But when you used to a certain lifestyle, nigga, it just becomes a part of you. You can't.
We've been eating good, bro. So I need Kellen to bring that back, and I know he wants to. I know that's right. His vision. He wants to be a prolific offense. He's had prolific offenses.
Yes.
in his life. So I just want to see that come to fruition. And what if that happens, bro? That will change the game, there, boy.
The
game.
I know one thing. Them Zooms would be lit as fuck, bro.
We ain't even have Zooms like that. I don't even know what the Zoom gonna be like, bro.
I don't even know. One thing I should maybe do this off season is go back and cut some of the plays from the best plays in the Zoom from last season, some of Such Bus plays, Zoom reaction and what have you, and post those, because it's just there's just so much. It's just so much to do in a season. I just didn't get a chance to last season. Our dude Tony said we got used to eating steak, but had to subsist off of dog food the last several years. It's been bad.
Dog food, bro. Not even Salisbury steak, bro. Just dog food.
Another what if I had what if this rookie class hits the ground running? What if Jordan Tyson comes in and we're not even talking about his injuries. We're talking about, man, Chris Olave, Jordan Tyson, it flip-flops of who wide receiver one is depending on who they playing. Like sometimes Jordan Tyson might be going ham. Sometimes Chris Olave may be going ham. Like we got maybe two wide receiver ones or two very high-level wide receiver twos that are close to wide receiver ones. What if Kristen Miller comes in and starts just wreaking havoc in the middle of the field? What is Oscar Depp? Now, this is a lot to ask, especially for a rookie tight end, but what he comes in and gives a little, who he compared himself to as a player, a little A.J. Barner to the offense, give it that in terms of that multiplicity where he's good in the run game and in the passing game. If this rookie class can hit the ground running, and it's hard. Sometimes it's a hard ask for rookies to do, but if it hits the ground running, that will just help lift the team to a completely another level where then things really can start getting moving and start humming.
I mean, that's franchise changing, bro. Because we already say like, okay, it looks like they had a really good draft last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Especially, considering Tyler Shough and all that stuff. But if that continues to look positive and they show growth, and you hit on this class, your follow-up class,
what if
hit on that one?
What if Jeremiah Wright is looking so good in training camp that they decide not to even start 51 week 1?
That would you just got to get up and walk away there. It's like, this is too good. This is just too good.
That was us when they drafted Bryce Lance in round 4, bro. We said,
this is too much.
Nigga, I don't know what do I do with my hands? I just do I struggle? I don't know what to do.
This is just too much goodness. No, man, you mess around, you get Jeremiah right out there, Big Selma, and he replace Caesar and play good. What? Man,
what if
Bryce Lance? What if he's that, like, trying to think about season, a comparable season? And people gonna laugh at this, but what if he's, what year was that? 2019?
Oh, you gonna say what if he's
Smith?
Oh, I said
Traquan Smith, bro.
I thought you was about to throw a Ted Ginn little nugget in there.
Oh shit! He was like 2018 Ted Ginn. Shit, hell yeah!
I'm just
like,
saying.
boy, I'll buy it. I'll take that any day of the week. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if he's that, I was just saying like a Traquan Smith, just like, I forget the year he caught that touchdown.
It was, I think
Drew
it was 2018.
Record.
I think it was 2018.
Drew Brees record versus Washington and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like he had it wasn't like a great year, but like it was like, Traquan made some plays. He made plays to where like the next season, I was like, okay, was Traquan going to make that step? Like he's going to make a leap? No, he didn't. But he had like a season where there was a little bit of hope, just a little bit of hope that he would be like, not a wide receiver 1, but like a good, just a good 2-3 type wide receiver. That could score a lot, because at least Traquan did score some touchdowns, bro.
He did, bro. He put the ball in the paint.
Didn't do much else but score touchdowns, So if Bryce Lance give us that, and what if young boy out of LSU, what if he which I think he is like a legit kick return, you know what I'm saying? Like what if he really look at what like Rashid Shaheed did for the Seahawks last year? As soon as he landed, he like changed the game for them just as a returner. What if he does the same thing, giving us short field, not just kick return touchdowns, but like short fields, optimal field position and stuff like that, starting at the 50-yard line or the opponent's 60 or 40 or whatever. Like, man, then you making life easier for the offense,
Following up with that, because I was going to bring this up, but I'm just going to lump it all together. What if your special teams just has a massive improvement in general? Like, what if Charlie Smith, like, he is like a legit like kicker? Like you not like. Like he
they didn't sign Young Ho. They didn't sign.
They did not. They didn't sign.
Man, wanted the Young Ho narrative, bro.
No,
it's all good. It's a position to watch, bro. Like I like Charlie Smith, man, but we got to see how that plays out. But yeah, like just the special teams, like they can only go up, bro. Like please, like they were awful last year. We got the new punter. We got
Ryan Wright.
Yeah. So hopefully things will be better. And I think it needs to be, bro. Like for this team to be better, special teams need to be much better.
Much better.
So what if they do? What if they do take that step forward to where they were like a top 15 special teams unit? You know what I'm saying? Where, they go to kick a field goal and you're not worried.
You're like, oh, bro, put the 3 on the board.
Go and kick that 40-yard field goal.
Justin Cash said, what if Oscar Depp has a Loveland-like season?
Bro.
All right, bro. Even for a hope uber positive podcast.
What was Kittle's rookie year like? Didn't he?
Let's see. He had 43 receptions, 515 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, 12 yards per catch.
Damn. So, like, if you get like nice 400-something yard season out of Oscar Depp, like that'd be dope. Like, it's all about how it looks. You know what I'm saying? I'm more intrigued by him by what schematically and formationally, like, we'll be able to do with somebody like him. You know what I'm saying? So you got him and Juwan and Noah Fant. Like, I just feel like you could do some funky stuff.
You could. Bro, I was just looking, just because you brought it up. His rookie season, 43 receptions, 515 yards, 2 touchdowns. His sophomore year in the season, 88 receptions, 1,377 yards.
That's what I was thinking about. I was like, I know he exploded like one of those years.
Exploded, bro. Whew. Shout out to the 57. We got 57 concurrent viewers on right now. 219 views. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're wrapping up. Any other? I like a sneaky kind of like deep cut one, but like any things on your radar for what if the Saints are good? Our dude Roderick said, "How long until he takes Juwan?" I'm gonna say by year. I'm gonna say about year 2.
Yeah, I say by year 2 because Juwan 30, 31. Like Juwan getting up there, bro. So clock ticking, and right now Juwan is what he is. I was looking at some NFL database with stats. He was still in there as a wide receiver, bro. Like they still got him in there wide receiver. Like just a big wide receiver, bro. That's all he is. But I'm trying to think of another one. What if? And we talked about this a little bit, but what if Danny Stutzman? I guess you can loop this in with the second-year players, but like, what if he's the truth, bro? Like, what if he's the truth? You know what I'm saying? To go along with Caden Ellis. I'm fascinated to see how he gets on the field with Caden Ellis, and Pete Warren.
Right.
I just want to see how they figure that out. Because this, I still feel like the defense needs some teeth, like some kind of attitude, and you saw it. I was rewatching it. Was it the Titans game or was it the Dolphins game? I think it might have been the Dolphins game.
It was the Dolphins game. I know exactly what game.
And he had a tone-setting hit. Like he came in and he came around that corner and he laid that wood, and everybody was just like, and the defense was getting like steamrolled before that play. And then after that play, it kind of like, you could just tell it just lit a fire in the defense, and they just started playing like with a different level of energy. So I just want to see Stutzman get on the field because he's like the one player on the defense that brings that. Like Justin Reed, he don't bring that.
Nope.
Kool-Aid. Sanker, Kool-Aid, no. Hell no. Like, so I think you just need a player like that, bro. Like we had Demario. Like Demario was 38, 37, 38 years old trying to bring that energy, bro. Like we need some guys out there, bro.
We do. I'll just go back to what our girl Jordan Rodriguez said after seeing the Saints. I think they scrimmaged the Chargers. Yeah, it was the Chargers before the Chargers preseason game, and her and Greg Rosenthal were out there. She said that the Saints got one in Danny Stutzman. Like, and there's one person's football opinion I'm going to trust. It's going to be Jordan Rodriguez. Yeah. And so it's just my thing I go to is like, how does he get on the field? Because he primarily, like, I know he played opposite of DeMario, but for all intents and purposes, like through training camp and everything last year, he was DeMario's backup, and he's a natural Mike, right? So I'm just fascinated to see, and we're not going to know anything from OTAs, but just even that first defensive line, like that, the first defensive alignment of like who's on the field at linebacker is going to be very interesting for me to see, because to me, I just like he's the most athletic linebacker on the team.
I'll just say this about Pete Werner, bro. And one thing I just started to realize watching the defense, he's like, I don't know, man. Like there's something really safe about him. And I could just see that the coaches feeling like, man, he's just always in the right spot. You know, even though he's not always in the right spot.
Don't make no plays, but he's always
right
there.
Though. He's right there, bro. When you watch him, like he's always
want better for yourself, Saints defense, please. Just I done seen it for bro. I done seen it 2 fucking seasons, Wolf. Like no.
I just know how the coaches look at it, bro. Like they don't look at him like, but he, I trust him. I trust him. You know, I trust him to be there. It's gonna be Werner and Ellis, OTAs day one, standing out there, bro.
You already know, bro.
Watch.
And if Stutzman does eventually take over, like it would be like in training camp and then preseason games where it's to the point where it's like, we gotta get him on the field. Gotta get him on the field. My 2 deep cuts, as we wrap this up, last one I'm gonna say. We bang hard on Vernon Brogdon. Bang hard. He was a third round pick last year.
We got whole inside jokes about him on the Discord.
Tons. What if he comes back in year 2 and he starts being I won't say a dominant, but a impactful force in the middle of the defense?
Man.
What if he and Kristen Miller form this nice interior duo? And Brian Bresee too. Like we put him on passing downs. What if that elevates the run defense that we know the team has definitely been trying to improve the run defense all offseason? What if Vernon Brogdon takes a step forward? I'm going to piggyback off my own point and say, even though it's very unlikely, this is a hope podcast. What if the Saints revives Tyree Wilson's career like they did Chase Young's?
Man, can you imagine that? Can you imagine that, bro? What if Tyree Wilson looking like the guy who some thought he looked to be when he got drafted? You know, like what if they turn him in? Like what if they're able to get not even nothing crazy, bro? Like 8 sacks.
Oh, I was gonna say
and
5.
I was 8. 7. Let's say 7. 7 sacks and like some consistent pressure and run defense and disruptions from Tyree Wilson, bro.
Because they're different because this player went much later in the draft, and they're not even in the same draft class. But if you think about a player who I was not a fan of coming out as a prospect is K'Von Chason, LSU.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand him as a prospect. I just people were saying he was going to go first round. I was like, where? And then the Jags drafted him at the end of round 1. His career in Jacksonville started off shaky, didn't look like a good player. He got bounced around the league for a while. And now he's solidified himself as being like a good starting defensive end who can who can pressure the quarterback and make some plays. So it's not impossible.
No, it's not at all. It's not impossible at all, man. We see it over and over again. Sometimes it just takes time with these guys, and sometimes they just get overdrafted. They just get overdrafted, and obviously the drafting team wants to move on from that. We've done it ourselves, you know what I'm saying? But if he could just be a guy that, just provides a little spark, man, like that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. Like imagine end of the season and you thinking about, well, how are we going to bring back Tyree Wilson? Like that would be crazy. It would be. Because even Loomis is looking at this like, hey, this is just a 1-year rental and we'll see what happens. But if you mess around and he shows something, then it's like, man, we got to figure out a way to get him on the roster.
Bro, if Brandon Staley does something with Tyree Wilson's career, like you can just kiss him goodbye, bro.
Goodbye.
I don't know, bro. Like it's weird though, because like defensive coaches don't get hired a lot. Like they
really don't.
They don't. Like who was it? Was it just one this past season with the Halfley? There has to be more than that, right? Oh, and Jesse Minter.
Minter, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's possible, bro. It's possible, but I don't know. But like Staley's 10-year charges was so weird, though. You know what I'm saying? It was so weird. So I don't know. But like some people do like him. Like a lot of people do like him. Like from
they
like
sure
just
do.
respect him from like just a coaching standpoint. But I don't know. Maybe I think we're safe to have him for like at least 3 seasons. Like if he just keeps cooking, at some point a team gonna come calling again.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You just
Yes.
keep on cooking. They're like, hell, shit. Like, I mean, Dennis Allen got a second chance. Like, we know why he got a second chance, but even he got
sure
a
did.
second chance.
He did.
Unbelievable. Dennis Allen.
Bruh. Could you imagine if DA gets a third chance in the league, bruh?
Bruh. Then I need answers then. I need answers. This is not about football anymore. There's something going on. Epstein files, something. The DA files.
No, that Rolodex small. Do you have any other what if things go right for the Saints as we close this out?
One look quick small. We ain't even got to dig deep into it. But what if the schedule, like, it looks all scary now. You know, Detroit Lions week 1, Ravens week 2. What if it ain't bad, bro? Like, what if, Detroit starts off a little bumpy. You know, Lamar, as great as he is, like he could have his kind of up and down seasons. What if it ain't that bad? What if the schedule is just not that scary, and the Saints start off 4-5 wins or something like that, just cooking? What if, bro?
If one, they have if I remember correctly, they have the second easiest Saints schedule in the league, right?
Which I just don't buy, but okay.
I don't either. But if they went 4-0 or 5-0 with beating the Lions and the Ravens week 2, we wouldn't know what to do with ourselves, boy.
And you beat the Falcons in that big game, and you beat the Vikings in the meetup game. Man, boy, can you imagine that shit?
Pass out.
We'd be talking Super Bowl, bro. We would be talking Super Bowl, bro. Just like Saints fans.
Like we did after week 2. At titles on NFL Daily, looking foolish as hell, bro.
Let's do it. I was talking about some, man, if Kendrick stays healthy, we got to change. What's I thinking? What is wrong with me?
Going back to the beginning of the podcast, talking about how Fandom is a disease, bro.
If Kendrick stays healthy, what? Unfollow myself, bro.
One last thing I wanted to ask you. We didn't talk about this when we did the AK pod last week. With everything that came out at like the Chateau Country Club and the celebrity golf tournament, I know the first time we talked about this was in April in regards to AK being on the team. We both said that we felt that he would be on the team. Where are you with that now? After what you heard last week, what's that, last Monday, last Tuesday, whenever it was? Because I don't know, Wolf. I don't know.
Man, it's probably the lowest I've been. I'm probably like 40.
I was going to say like about 40. Yep.
It's less than 50. It's less than 50, whatever it is. At first, I was just like, 50-50. Then I was like, 60-40. He going to be back. Now I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. That might be it for it.
It's just, one thing I will say is that if they're waiting for June 1st, I just feel like that's so weird because like they could announce it and just process it on June 1st. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to ask you that. I didn't ask you that when we did the AK podcast last week.
Mm-hmm.
Our dude Tony said, there's always one team that gets scared and hires a safe retread, and that's where Staley would go. Yes. Because he hadn't got his second retread coaching job yet. Like Dennis Allen has. But you know who don't really get retreads, bro, as coaches? Black coaches don't. Like, you're not going to get the Gerard Mayo retread.
Hell, is Mayo even in the league? Nah, like, what's his name? Ty Bowles. He was a retread. He Jets. He got a second job, but sometimes you get that Jets, look like, he was with the Jets. We'll let you slide there. Yeah. Then he won like 9 games with the Jets or something like that. Almost in the playoffs with Jets. Like Jets wish for that right now. Like, AG wishing you have a Tide Bowl season.
Wishing. Anyhow, Justin Cash said, what if Chase Young has 16 sacks this season? Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, that's another good what if, is that what if what we saw from Chase Young last season, shout out to Justin for bringing this up, is just like a taste of things to come.
Because what if they're at the beginning of something? Like, yeah.
Because he played like a top 10 defensive end. Once he got up and running, he played like a top 10 defensive end. I mean, he was drafted second overall, so it's not impossible to say like, what if he has like even another level that he could go to?
And he was like pretty much averaging like a sack a game. So if he did like a sack a game in a whole season,
and like I don't like getting caught up in sacks, but like the ways he were like at points in some games, he was just dominating them.
Bro,
like,
I was listening to Ali Conley on Rosenthal podcast, and he dropped a stat. It was something like 75% of Chase Young's impact plays ended the opposing drive's offense.
Yes.
I mean, ended the drive.
Yes.
Like, he was ending drives. And I remember that. I was like,
nigga.
He was coming through clutch, like in like important situations. And
third down,
fourth down, like ending drives, bro. And he's like 75% of the time is that family, which is like by far the most in the league. So like, he brought something different, bro. He brought something different to the table that I didn't expect from Chase Young. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't expect it, bro.
I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you this analogy. The way he played last season was very similar to the Saints taking a chance and signing Nick Furley back in the day.
Damn, that's a good one, bro.
And he, like the Nick Furley and his heart and the whole jagged edge thing, it just because like it was just one of those like what if, because I don't think we had ever seen a presence like, at least me, as me as a Saints fan, as long as I've been a Saints fan, I can't remember that season he had Nick Furley, like he was just dominant in the middle of the offense, of the defensive line, just dominant. And very similar to Chase Young, high draft pick. He spent time in the Lions. It didn't work out. The Saints signed him. And the season he had was just so impressive. And then he had the heart issue, and then he had to retire. But that's how Chase Young's second season with the team really felt like it was. In just he might have another level he can go to, which would be scary for offensive, but like as fans, that would be amazing.
Because they need it, bro. They need pass rush badly.
Yes. Like he's going to need to, especially like we don't know what's going to happen with Cam Jordan. Mm-hmm. We know what happens with Carl Granderson and Big Creep. I know those first 4 games of the season, Big Creep going to be on one. I know he is.
Like, okay, Big Creep.
Then after that. Anyhow, we're definitely done now, but we appreciate y'all for tuning in on
hour 13 on a Memorial Day podcast with nothing to talk about.
Still made an hour. Like now, like first half is like politics and true crime, but like second half, it's football. But we appreciate y'all joining us on this 2026 Memorial Day. 64 concurrent viewers, 262 views. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We might have more episodes this week, potentially with guests. We might. The reason why we wanted to record this is that in case something falls through, the guests don't come on, blah, blah, blah. We wanted to have something for y'all to just listen to, for y'all to watch. But if we do get the guests on, that's even better. When we'll post those when we record those. But we appreciate y'all. We love all of y'all. We are out.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.